There we go. We have live, 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 live. And yeah, welcome. Oh man, it's been it's been a little bit since I did a live, a few days. You know me. It's been a few days since I did a live. I've been doing recordings like good morning. Um got something caught in my tooth. That was weird. I've been doing recordings. So recording when I'm going to the bus or something like that, or on my way to physio uh and trying to do and little things like that, and then I upload them. So I've been doing things like that and posting them. So hopefully they're getting posted. And so today I thought I'd come with you for a live. What's going on in this world? Well, not only the craziness, but there's, more craziness of crazy. So what do we have today? I didn't even post. I mean, it's raining. It's raining here in Calgary. Well, it was. Um, it's, oh, some of the news, I mean, is yeah, it's sensational. It's a lot. A lot of people are having crazy dreams, or they're feeling threatened and stuff like that. First of all, I gotta tell you about. I had a really crazy dream. A good friends of mine from back in Penticton were in my dream, and one of her husband's a doctor. Like, he used to be our doctor. Love him to death. He was one of the best doctors we've ever had, Viv. And I pulled out, because he asked me, what am I going to, something about nuclear explosions. This is my dreams, right? And what am I going to do if a nuclear explosion happened? And I pulled out my, I don't know. I said, I got this. I said, if something happens and things like that. And he goes, oh, that's good stuff. He goes, can I take a look at it? And so I gave it, and he took it apart, and he's looking at it, and he's a doctor, and he's reading. He's like, yeah, yeah. And I said, well, this is what I said, we sold a lot of these when the earthquake happened in Japan and the nuclear plant. And I said, we ordered so much of this at Community Natural Foods. And the thing is that even though when we ordered it, if you didn't sell it, the government wanted it back, right? So anyway, so we ordered it. So I showed him in my dream what I had. And he goes, well, if anything else happens, where are you going? Like, and I said, oh, well, we have a place to go. I said, I'm not worried. I said, there's a few places we can go and we have connections. And he goes, oh, that's good. He goes, you're going to need them. That was my dream. And then I woke up. And so I thought it was odd with the dream, but it's just understanding, do you have a place to go? Just putting things in check, putting things in order in your life. Um, as I know I've always said, be prepared. That's my whole thing is, of being prepared. And as we're coming into the moon is just at the end of Cancer. We have the sun in Libra at the south node. It'll be conjunct in the next couple of days. We also have, as the moon is going to be going into Leo, it's going to be in an opposition to Pluto. And this is where I feel like this is, we're only have a couple of these left before Pluto goes back into Aquarius, which is around middle of November 20th or 21st, something like that. And this is accumulation of the last 16 years, right? And it's stressful. Good morning. Good morning. This is like stressful. There's a lot of things coming up for people. I know for my own self, there's a lot coming up for me. But this is where tapping in to understanding. I mean, Pluto's going to be in there until November. And this moon and Pluto is going to get us to look at the end of looking at Mars. So it's the end of the fall, the beginning of winter. It's the premonition. There's this energy that's coming in. It's emotional and it's conflicted. So there's a lot of emotion and conflict coming in with people and within our own selves. And this is about making the changes that need to be made. But sometimes with these gifts that are coming in or these changes that are coming in, it is like we don't want to see them. They're too stressful. It's too much. And it is like the plank, right? Um, of the ship. And I think I mentioned like I think I met years ago where Pluto is like this plank on this old ship. We're on this old ship that is crumbling, that's falling down, and here's the plank. And it's extreme. It's like we're going out on this plank, but we can't go back on the old ship. The ship's falling apart. And that's Capricorn. Capricorn is our structure, is everything to do with how we have built things, not only in the outside world, but within our own world. The things that no longer align with us, that no longer work, but we are wanting to keep them, right? And it's stressful and it's sometimes like really a lot because we feel this is the way it has to be. This is the way it has to work. And so these extremes of whatever it is are taken away to making it better. And it feels like Pluto is always taking things away, always, trying to make things hard, but it's getting us to evolve, getting us to really look at, okay, if I accept this, I don't understand why. And that's with the universe and God coming in. Like, we don't understand why we're getting all this craziness happening to us or all this stress that's going on, but there's a gift in it. There's something there for it. We're not going to see it right now. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And it's making us uncomfortable and accepting what is happening in your life right now. It's finding that balance, that spiritual balance, right? Where we are not receiving, where we're not receiving. And this is where God and the universe is looking at us to have the faith and trying to give us a gift that we can't see because it feels the opposite. It doesn't feel like a gift. It doesn't feel like I'm getting something nice here. Whether that is your mind tripping out about something or something not working out, whatever it is, we're going to have these things that are going on. And we got to take, especially today, and with the South Node and the Sun that are going to conjunct, as I said, in 2 days, and the Moon in the opposition of Pluto, where we are allowing to bring changes in. We need to accept that stuff that we don't like, right? And not try to figure it out. It's like we got to receive that stress. So it's, why did I get in the accident? Why don't I have a car anymore? I got to take the bus, trying to get a new car. And I'm just like, oh my God. Then finding out that, well, maybe my job's not going to last past February. And, it's like, okay, there's a reason why I am where I am. And it's in this acceptance of it is so important. It's accepting what is going on because there's a gift there. Even though I don't see it and I'm worried and I'm thinking like, holy shit, winter's coming. I need to get boots. I'm going to be out in the middle of the cold in -30. Like your mind starts going in many different directions. And this is where it's like, we got to look that with Pluto, it's the end. And it looks like there's something that isn't good. It looks like there's just like everything's all ooey and gooey and gross, you know? But there's something good coming out of it. Now, Uranus has just gone back to 26 degrees in Taurus. And that is where Algol is. And Algol is the demon star. So things are going to be feeling dark. They're going to be feeling heavy. They're going to feel demonic in some ways for some people. And this is where it is very important to really look at things and not doubling that the darkness that is so within us. This is like to belittle ourselves, our self-worth, and not putting the dots together and moving forward. there is this trine with Neptune, and Neptune wants to bring in the compassion and wants to bring in the understanding. And on the opposite side of Neptune, even though I trash him a lot, Neptune wants to bring you into a better connection with God. He wants to bring you into that spiritual realm, to have the trust and have the love and have the compassion. But we have all of this other craziness that's happening in our lives, that we're like, well, there's this that's going wrong, and there's this that's going wrong, and I can never get this done, and I can never do that. And look at me, and whoa, 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 whoa. Where it's like, no, let's embrace all of that. Let's embrace it and say, okay, there's something more at work that I can't see. There's a anyways, it's in a deck of cards. I think they're by Doreen Virtue, an old deck of cards. But there's one deck, and it's like the angels are at work. And it shows this beautiful angel, and it shows the hill. It's like the angels are at work, but we can't see what they're working on. The things are coming together. You just can't see it right now. So you got to have faith. You got to have trust that the angels are over there. They're at work. They're doing what they need to be doing. And it's really difficult because we maybe feel like we've been shunned, or that things are just too much for us, or that we're overwhelmed with whatever, that we got a raw deal. This isn't what I signed up for. Look at these cards. These aren't the cards I want, right? But they are. And in accepting it, it's going to help us to really move through it. We're in between eclipses right now. So there's a lot of darkness. And within this darkness, there is light that's going to come in. And this is really coming into this acceptance in your dreams, in what is happening in your life, receiving the information that does come to you. And this is where, right now, with the moon making aspects to all the outer planets, right? It's making, to all of these outer planets. That means there's things that are closing down. There's a lot of things that are closing down. We have Pluto at the end. We have Neptune at the end of the sign, and we have Uranus at the end of the sign. So these are all closing down different aspects within our life, different aspects within our spirituality, different aspects within our foundation, different aspects in our connection, and even within our relationships, and what those relationships look like, and what they feel like, and what we want to create with them, right? So it is, because what is not working is actually a gift. I know, fucked up, right? But it's a gift, and a gift in that, and transforming our whole lives. 2025 and 2026 are going to be the transforming of our whole lives, And that is for everybody. That is for the world. So 2025 and 2026, we are entering into huge transformation and change for every person on this planet. And stepping into this transformation and change, because we are ending the last 16 years of this buildup. We're ending a cycle of 248 years and entering into this energy of air, which is also another 2,000 year cycle. And we're going back to over a 20,000 year cycle. So we are coming into some huge change and transformations for all of us, and how those are going to form. And in doing that right now, with everything that's happening within the outer planets, and all of the movements and the frequencies coming in, it's really getting us to to embrace that of what we don't want to embrace in our lives right now, and having us to really say, you know what, I'm putting this in God's hands, because he knows better than I do. Like, a hell of a lot better than I do. He's the one guiding. He's the one who's going to direct the ship. He's the one who's letting you know everything's going to be fine. If you're having, this is really a wonderful time to bring in prayer, to allow yourself to look through your day. What worked? What didn't work? What are the gratitudes I need to have? Right? And putting those gratitudes together, bringing that together in your life, and not trying to control things. Oh, I know, I know. We're all control freaks. We all want it. But when you are trying to control things, that means that you've just pushed God out of the way. When you push God out of the way, or goddess out of the way, you're saying, fuck you. I know better than you do. Instead of saying, you know what? I don't know exactly where we're going, and I really don't know how to handle this all, but I'm putting this into your hands, and I'm putting it up to the Holy Spirit and asking for inner peace and a miracle. And when I do that, that allows me to be guided, it allows me to be grounded, and it helps me to be not sucked in to the craziness of the world. Remember, out of anything that is bad, something good does come out of it, right? So as we're looking at the terrors and the horrors that are coming in, as we're looking at young people being woke and crazy and there is something else that is brewing that is positive, that is wanting to bring us more light and more harmony, right? Have a great day, Dana. Enjoy your day. So this is about compassion, and we all are going through a lot of crap, and we got to know that there's a greater gift that's coming in for us all. So we got to, well, there she goes. So don't try and control all the stuff. Don't try and think that you are the one at the helm that's steering the ship, right? The ship's breaking down. The ship's going, right? So is the dog. And knowing that we're on the plank. So we have to move on and trust in that leap of faith that we all need. Roxy! No! Bad dog. No, bad dog. No, yes, you are. Yes. She's a Gemini. Hey! No. 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 Anyways, there you go. I'm trying to train my dog. Let's bring in some cards. Let's see what cards. She's just warning you, Mary. She's not a bad dog. Yeah, she's warning me. Hey! There's people upstairs. How dare they be upstairs since they've been up there since we moved in? And now they're not. And plus, the door is close to where I'm at, so she can't get out and bark down the hallway. So. Oh. Silly puppy. So if you're wanting a moon reading, you can definitely order your moon reading. It's going to be coming up in the next week. I'll be sending them out. And we're winding down. I mean, we're in fall now. So October's starting next week. Yeah, there's only a few moon readings left for the year. And that's it. Then we'll see what next year will bring. I think of a lot of things, where I had plans, like I did a schedule up for classes and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this class and this class and this class. And I kept on getting, no, you're not doing that. No. And it didn't feel right. Like, it didn't feel right for me to be doing the classes. And they're like, nope, you're not, you won't be doing that. Well, now I see why, because I'm working full time and stuff. And this is where, and it's funny because this is the first time, like usually, for me, working and going to work is, to me, it's just, it's about building financial, stuff and financial stability. It's not about, ooh, I want to go out there and promote my career or do something within my career. So, no. And just allowing it to be what it is. Like, it's like, whatever. It's very freeing. It's a very freeing thing where, where people, I don't know if I'm explaining this right. It's knowing that, you know what, this company, has whatever it says it is, right? Because I'm not going to blast it on social media, but it's a corporation. At the end of the day, it's a corporation. It's partially owned by an American firm that has stepped in to help it out financially, which is really cool to keep it going. Where they have moved, where they make things to Vietnam, where a lot of companies do because it's cheaper, you know. Let's be real about it. It is cheaper. They can put whatever they want and however they do it, and they probably do it and keep up whatever face whatever. But the thing is at the end of the day, I'm just like, you're a corporation. I'm there to do a job. I'm going to do the job, but that's it. And I'm there to collect my paycheck. Um and not stress out over stuff, right? And that's a big one. Not stressing out over it. So it is where it is. And I'm yeah, where if it's asked of me to do, when it comes to say, oh, well, we need you to do something extra or whatever, which I can't see them doing. Um, I've seen corporations do it because it's a pop-up store, and I've seen them do this before, where they're not fully invested in the place or in the people as much. They're more invested in getting the product out and selling it. That's the long short of it. That's really basically the way it is, which is fine, which is a bit where if you're a retail store in a mall, you want to sell stuff because you want to pay your rent, you want to pay your employees. That's the bottom line of it all. Anyways, as I go on, not complaining. It's a realization and an acceptance of it. So, alrighty, let's pull out the fairies. Let's see what the fairies have to do. So we have the Prince of Spring, which is the Prince of Wands, and it's about taking action. What are the actions do you need to take in your life at this time, right? So there might be a challenge to it. There might be something, learning how to do it, because if you're very passionate on it, sometimes it can be very overwhelming, right? It could just be too much. So too much fire is not a good thing, right? Because it'll burn you out. It'll burn what's ever going on. You need to have that, that balance, so we're in that Libra energy to bring forth the balance, to bring forth the connections that you need within the relationships. It's like you could have boundaries, but your boundaries, you could push your boundaries way too far, right? On your boundaries. So it's having that ebb and that flow, having that balance, and looking at the challenges that you do have, and you can manage them, but you got to have that balance within them. So, and bringing that in, and that will bring you the prosperity and abundance, right? So the Empress comes in. She's beautiful, she's lavish, she wants her stuff, she's passionate, definitely. She knows. So here we have two things: immediate action and take action. So there's actions that you need to take in your life, and there is creativity, there is success, and you got to allow for that to come in. You got to allow for the luxuries to come in. And the luxuries could be just the simplicity of just being, the luxury of just taking the time to breathe, to look at your gratitudes, to come into a place. Maybe it's just to having your coffee in the morning, looking at those little things, and that's going to help you to take the actions that you need. And part of taking the action is like, okay, you know acceptance, acceptance of, oh, okay, I'm really stressed out right now. Or, what would that mean if I actually got XYZ? Is that for my highest good? but I'm stressing out because I don't have it. But maybe there's something in the long term that says, if you do have it, it's not going to be what you think, or it's going to cause you more issues. So here it comes and wants to bring you something a little bit better. And with that, stress. In comes the eight of wands, and it's been coming up quite a bit. It's telling you there's stress in doing a lot of things. There's stress in having a lot of things. If you want this and that, no, I want to have it. Let it go. You gotta put that faith in God. You gotta put the faith in the goddess. You gotta step into it. And when it's just, I don't know, I don't understand, that's when you gotta give it up to the Holy Spirit and ask for inner peace and a miracle. Because things are gonna change. They're gonna change drastically and they're gonna change suddenly. And that's with how we do things, how we, interact with people, situations that come up. There's things that happen in our lives we just can't control because, it's an accident or, a miscommunication, but the things that we can control and the things we can't control, we got to give and ask for guidance through our God and through the universe. Whew, there you go, my lovelies. There you go. So have a blessed day today and go forth and shine your light and be the beautiful sparks in the light and the flames that you are. And know that, just, there's a lot of shit on everybody's plate right now, and honor that. Don't try and control it all, so we will talk to you all tomorrow sometime in some way. All right, so have a blessed one and we'll see you.